under the sink. Good morning. How's everyone today? Morning, Andy. How are you today? Got anything planned? Bit chilly out there today. Well, I've been quite productive this morning. I'm quite impressed with myself. Morning, John and Kendra. Morning, Ralphie lad. Morning, Lordy. Are we all good? Morning, Paul. Morning, Rosie. Sorry, I missed you there. Are we all good? All good this morning? Morning, Nutter. Morning, Amanda. It's March, isn't it? I'm looking at February there. Bloody hell. So, March the 5th, and it's finding happiness within. When we were taking drugs, we were looking for fulfillment and happiness. We couldn't face the reality of life, so we tried to create a world that we could feel comfortable in. We searched for our pleasure in sources outside ourselves, in people, places and things. In working our spiritual program, we come to realise that happiness and contentment are to be found within. Gradually, we became aware of our achievements, and the beginning of gratitude slowly sets in. Little by little, the peace and pleasure and happiness within grow. And then we can reach out and say, hey, life, here I am. Am I full of inner peace and happiness? Yeah, we're on form this morning. I'm quite impressed with the pair of us. The hoovering has been done. I've already put a load of washing out. I've had me bacon sarnie. On fire this morning. So yeah, I quite like that reading, because I think even now sometimes we try and fix what's going on the inside with external things, whether that be food, new clothes, blah de blah de blah. You know, it used to be drugs looking for the instant gratification, we call it. You know, we want a quick fix. But what I have learned in recovery is there are no quick fixes. You know, you might buy yourself a new top and it might make you feel better temporarily, but that same issue is still there. I'm not that much on the ball. Frigging hell, I'll be knackered by the time I get there on public transport. With me, I go through like little bursts, so I strike while the iron's hot. I lost my train of thought now. So yeah, it's about doing that work from the inside and building that gratitude and get that inner peace and contentment, you know, and rather than looking at what you don't have, being grateful for what you do have, which I guess leads us nicely on to our gratitude list. So what are we on? 6. So 6 things I'm grateful for today. Grateful that I woke up feeling a little bit more positive and being able to do stuff that I've put off. I'm grateful that as much as I don't know what the future holds, I'm okay with it. You know, grateful that I can adapt to change. Grateful for my dogs, Buster's down by my feet, keeping them warm. I'm grateful that I've got food in the cupboards. And I'm grateful for my bacon sarnie that I had this morning because it was lovely. So, you guys in the chat, 6 things we're grateful for. So, yeah, 6 things we're grateful for, guys. Nobody doing the gratitude list today? Oh, is this just really, really slow? Morning, Don Don. Grateful for waking up, grateful for my family, grateful for food, YouTube friends, and grateful for being able to laugh and smile. Go on, I love it. Being off drugs, having a roof over our heads, family and friends, being in the chat, having Wi-Fi. Go on. I'll let you off then, Amanda. Rosie, I'm grateful for the sunshine. My family are all well. My dogs, my friends, my health, and loving life. Go on, Rosie. I love it. So has anybody noticed a difference in the way they're starting to think yet, like doing gratitude lists every day? Because we have been doing them for quite a while, haven't we? Grateful for family, warm home, dogs, the vets, NHS and everyone here. Go on. And I think we forget about things like that. We are so fortunate. And we take it for granted and we moan about it all the time. Things like the NHS and, when you go to a country that doesn't have it, it really does make you realise that we are fortunate to have all these services available to us, because not everybody has that. I don't know. I think on the whole, this chat's pretty good at being quite positive and whatnot. So I was going to do the drama triangle today, but unfortunately, I could only find half of it. I've got that much stuff that I've brought back from work, and like when I say like a lot of stuff, I've got loads. So we'll have to do that another time when I've sorted through everything and know where everything is. Sorry guys, but I will do it because it is really, really interesting. I just need to find the rest of the session plan that I wrote for one of my groups. Oh, Ralphie lad, I'm grateful for life, food, air, friends, family and roof overhead. Go on, Ralphie lad. So I've picked out another worksheet that I found. I should have changed the name to Mel and Buster Show today, shouldn't I? Buster's going to say hello. Oh, Buster bottle, did you kiss? Mwah. And then you can come and have a snuggle with Mummy. Are you comfy there? Going to be under the cover. Got my little fleecy thrower. Kiss Bella's in the garden chasing things in the wind as per. But Buster's a little cold arse and he likes to be covered. Yeah, he's got his cover on, his little blankie. Oh, bless. Morning, pork chops. Hope you're well. Hey, Bilbo. Will you come and say hello with loads of crap in your mouth? She's mad. Runs around with like carrying half a dozen things in her mouth. Right, so sorry, yeah. Yeah, definitely, Amanda. So yeah, what we're gonna do today instead of the drama triangle, but I will dig that out when I sort through everything, and we will do it because it is a really good session plan. But I found a little worksheet around stress, and I think it's something we all get stressed from time to time. Oh, I'm glad your dad's doing well, pork chops. We all get stressed, and stress can be quite damaging, and I don't think we kind of give it the credit it deserves, because it can cause a lot of other illnesses when you get stressed and run down. And so if we can manage stress better, it'll do us the world a good. So stress is our emotional and physical response to pressure. We feel there are too many demands and too few resources to cope. So if you think of like a set of scales, so you've got the demands on you and the resources you have available, it becomes like unbalanced. And it's a good way to kind of visualize it. The the pressure can arise from external factors, including life events, illness, ourselves, or someone close to us. So, with what Pork Chops is saying, I bet he's really stressed at the moment. Living conditions, work, I identify with that. Home and family, study, lack of some necessity, or other demands we place on ourselves. Even those events which we see as enjoyable can be stressful, such as holidays, moving home, starting a better job, pregnancy, parenthood, Christmas, etc. And I think that's important to remember as well, all them events that, are enjoyable. Like Christmas is so stressful, I think I'm stressed from like September onwards, worrying about Christmas. And it's one day, and we put like an enormous amount of pressure on ourselves to make it like nice, and and it's about managing that a little bit better. It's one day. It doesn't have to be like what you see on the films and stuff. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's only the fridge buster. So thoughts which are common when feeling stressed. So what morning, bare bones. So what about you guys in the chat? When you're stressed, what thoughts might you have? So what thoughts might we have when we're feeling stressed? Yeah, definitely feel anxiety. Catch you later, Nutter. Thanks for popping in. Can anybody else think of any thoughts what we might have while we're feeling stressed? It's like, I haven't got enough time. I'll never get this finished. I must get this done. Yeah. This is too much. I can't cope. It's unfair. Someone should be helping me. I'm guilty for saying that one all the time. Usually at top. It never helps me. Blah, blah, blah. And yeah, wanting to give up. Yeah, I can identify with that as well, Lordy. The more anxious we feel about a situation, the more we kind of put things off. And I can be terrible for that as well. And it's usually the really big important stuff. I'll kind of bury my head in the sand and hope it magically gets fixed, and it just doesn't happen. So what are some of the emotions we feel? I know a couple have been mentioned already. We've had anxious and angry, irritable. Okay, Rosie. Yeah, I can identify with that as well, because sometimes it does come out as anger, but and I think sometimes it's directed to them people closer to you, but really, we're angry at ourselves for feeling this way. So what you could maybe do when I start getting irritable and angry and stuff, I try to, because when you get angry, you can feel it building up, can't you, before you kind of go, rah. Definitely, too much stress leads to depression. Yeah, and I can definitely identify with that. I know when I was at my worst, when I got signed off work, um, they called it disassociation, and I thought I was getting better, but all I was doing was sat there like detaching myself from everything, and it became quite unhealthy. I wasn't processing anything that I needed to, and then when I reflected and learned about the dissociation disorders and stuff, I've probably done it like most of my life. When things get really difficult, kind of detach myself from everything, and it's kind of disappear into this little world where everything's fine, and it's actually a survival mechanism, to cope when things are really, really difficult, and I do think it's the brain's way of protecting itself till you're able to cope and process it. So yeah, emotions, impatient, we can all get impatient, depressed and hopeless. But yeah, sorry, I digressed then. We were talking about anger, weren't we? So yeah, what I tend to do is I'll go somewhere quiet and have a think, right, why am I really angry? Because usually you find it's not what you think you're angry at. Like if I'm angry that, I don't know, Tobbs hasn't done the washing up or whatever, that's really not what I'm angry at. Usually it's something that's happened earlier on in the day that has really stressed me out, and that's just my outlet. So physical sensations, what physical sensations might we feel when we, morning Lisa Marie, what physical sensations might we feel when we're stressed? And we have done about this before. His Pope's making a funny noise today. So yeah, the physical sensations. So the physical response to stress is caused by the body's adrenaline response, the body's alarm signal and survival mechanism when faced with a threat. So when we're stressed, we have that adrenaline response, which is the fight, flight or freeze. So yeah, that kind of links in with the anger as well. That flight, you know what I mean? Fight, flight or freeze. It's a mouthful that when you say it fast. So you get your heart racing, breathing faster, tense muscles, neck, shoulders and abdomen, hot and sweaty. Like, I don't know if you have ever noticed, and it's only just recently that I've noticed, when you are going through a really, really stressful situation Like my shoulders absolutely kill. Yeah, so that's a good way to process that adrenaline, Lordy, some physical exercise, and you don't realise just how much damage stress can do to the physical body. Tense shoulders, abdomen, hot and sweaty, difficulty concentrating, forgetful, agitated, restless. You can get bladder or bowel problems, headaches. You can get really bad headaches. Look at him. He loves a good snuggle, does our Buster, don't you? Yeah, and dogs are good if you're feeling really angry. I like to stomp it out sometimes. And that physical exercise is a good way to process that adrenaline. So behaviours: unable to settle, constantly busy, rushing about, lots of things on the go, but you never finish them. Yeah, twat for that. Sleep disturbances. Can't remember the last time I slept through the full night. Shouting, arguing, eating more or less. I'm a twat for comfort eating as well, and it's always the wrong food. Yeah, hair loss. It's ridiculous. Crying, drinking more, using drugs, smoking more. So on here, we've got, can you see that? Vicious cycle of stress. It's not printed out very well though. So thoughts: there is too much to do, there's not enough time, it's out of control, I can't cope. Feelings: stress, tense, headaches, difficulty concentrating, fatigue. And behaviours: more or less time at work, avoid, so that's that procrastination. Sleep disorders, smoke more, using drugs, and then it goes round in a vicious circle. So how do we cope with all this stress? So first of all, we need to identify the stresses. What is making us stressed? Where am I when I'm feeling stressed? What am I doing? Who am I with? It could be absolutely anything. What helpful changes can I make? What is within my control? Because there's certain things we get stressed about that we have absolutely no control over, like families getting ill or, but what can we control? So if we do have, like, I'll go back to when my sister was poorly. I couldn't change it, but I could make sure I got there and spent that time with her, got her things she liked, made her comfortable, and did what I could control. Because for me, I'm one of them people who need to feel like I'm doing something, and that makes me less stressed. So once you identify what it is that's making you stressed, then you can figure out what you can do to help that situation. So even if there is little you can do about some situations, maybe making some small changes in routine, the way we handle things, doing things differently, taking time out, thinking about it in a different way, getting help, seeking advice could all make a difference. So yeah, like, So yeah, like routine can be a good one as well. So for me, when my sister was poorly, every Saturday at the same time I'd go down, and it became part of my routine. And then I'd have a bit of quiet time on a night, and learn the best way for me to manage that situation. Things are popping up on here constantly today. It's driving me mad. So, can you see that? That cogs diagram. And it says use this to help you identify what contributes to your stress. Look at each factor and try to make changes in each. So if you get a bit of paper, you've got your stress in the middle. So what's stressing you out, and try and make, put things coming off, and try and make little changes in each. And that can be really helpful. I always bang on about writing things down, but it can really help get things into perspective and getting them out of your head. This is driving me mad. There's a pop-up appeared on the bottom of the screen and it won't click off. Yeah, I can identify with that, Lisa Marie, bottling things up and then lose it, and you might find that letting it out in little bits is a lot healthier than bottling it up. Because there's also another thing that you can do called the stress bucket or the stress container. If you think of it like a pressure cooker, if you're always bottling up, sooner or later the lid's going to blow. And you need to find like ways to release that pressure. No, I'm fine, thanks. Kingston. Cheers anyway. Sorry about that, guys. Just had to ask Kingston's help on how to get rid of that bloody pop-up. So yeah, sorry, we were talking about writing things down and doing a bit of a spider diagram so you can get it all out and manage that a little better. I'm just going to see if I've missed anything in the chat. Yeah, no, I get that. And it's difficult when you have no control over that situation. But try and look at the things you can control, and make that the situation better for you both. Because I know it's the easiest thing to do would be to stay the same and just have it continue and go round and round, but if you concentrate on focusing your energies on getting well, that'll improve the situation tenfold, because I know Kendra's poorly with her liver and stuff. If she can concentrate on getting herself to be as well as she can, that'll give her more energy to put the focus on getting them out of the care system and whatnot. But what I am going to do, I'm just going to open it up for a chat. It feels weird, but being up here on my own, I don't like it. Get all tongue-tied and that. Bella's mad. I don't feel like it sometimes, Andy W. When you set up here on your own, it's like, you're all vulnerable. And I think it's mad as well. Got ya.
Got a victim in the house.
Come to me rescue again.
Well, I think you're doing great, Mrs. T.
I don't know. I'm trying, but it's weeks. I'm used to having somebody to bounce things off, and it's like,
Really good.
But I'm also mindful that I don't just want to read through a sheet and not make it interactive in that as well.
Yeah, it's hard to get the balance, isn't it? I presume Darren's out then, is he?
Yeah, he's
Did he shit bed this morning?
Just gone to the flat. There's a couple of bits that I want. My wedding dress is still there, and I want it out that flat.
Yeah, see. Just hope he don't drag it through mud.
He wouldn't dare. in a proper dress bag and everything, but.
Oh, right, that's all right then.
It cost a lot of money.
You haven't seen Daddy?
Yeah.
It's funny that because obviously Chris saw mine too. I didn't have a proper dress. We're a bit shocked, Wendy. We had,
But what happened is his mum won a competition on Facebook to get £500 off a dress.
All right, cool.
But he was in Saltburn, so obviously I don't drive, so he had to drive me. So he ended up seeing me and everything.
Oh well, they say it's bad luck, but I think you bring your own luck anyway, don't you? It's all a superstition thing.
Exactly.
It is what it is.
Exactly. But yeah, I don't know. I've told him I want it here, and I've an Evie with a little box the other day. I've got a box in the flat. What I want bringing here as well.
Oh, he's going to be carrying everything then.
With all the old pictures of the kids and stuff.
Yeah, well, it's sentimental, irreplaceable, aren't they?
The daft little keepsakes. I want them in here.
Well, we've got a great trunk full of bloody photos from way back when, and some old ones, the Chris's dad, and various things. It's a massive thing. We need to go through it really and sort it out, but they're all just in there.
I know it's mad, isn't it? I'm a bit of a hoarder with things like that.
Yes,
Well,
got all
like
the
pictures
pictures school.
and cards as well. Cards what the kids have got me.
Yeah, I did that. Well, I didn't just do that though. I kept the kids' cards, everyone that they had from people, and like the first outfits and all the school books, way back from nursery right through to secondary school. And then when the other two moved out, I sent this great big massive boxes full of stuff, which were then even the red books. Do you remember the red books?
Yeah.
Yeah, they even had them and all that majazz. Oh yeah, when they were born and all, those little things.
Yeah.
I mean, I've even got stitches when Kai had his first surgery.
Wow.
He had to have these special arm restraints to stop him touching his face. Because he had a neogastric tube to feed him by. Even though he had them on, he still managed to pull it out, and he used to have to keep passing them all the time. But yes, I've even
kept that little clip from the cord.
Yes, I've got them too. I think I used to have my own. I don't know where it is actually. I'm not sure when I've still got that, but I did have actually my own. But I've still got my own wristband when I was born.
No, mine are gone now.
I've got
See, I said that, Lordy, but it was Rocky at the time. I wanted them both at the wedding, and Torb said no. I wanted to get like Rocky a little bow tie and like.
It
wasn't allowed.
Oh, can you imagine?
Can't imagine Bella. She'd terrorise everyone.
Good old Buster would do it.
Yeah, he'd probably just fall asleep.
Yeah, he probably won't get to the top. Yeah, he's terrible.
I think he's gone back to bed. Now Kingston's come down. He's jumped off here and disappeared. So I think he's gone back to bed.
She's only just got up, little one. When I get up, she just moves into my place, covers the sen up, and that's it. She's done.
Mad. Like Buster will get up with me, come down, go for a wee, and then go back to bed. Usually he'll jump in bed with Kingston.
Yeah, doing that. Just stays there till Chris gets up, and then that's it. She'll get up.
Yeah, funny. Like Bella, from the minute she wakes up till she goes to bed, she's on the go. Every now and again, she'll lay down for a snuggle.
Bless her. She's young, though, isn't she?
Yeah. Buster's only young. He's only like 3 or 4, but he's properly lazy.
I think they are, though, some staffies, aren't they? I mean, it's like my daughter, she's got a staffy, and hers goes under covers. But he's just a pain in arse. He nicks toilet roll and she'll go to work and come back, and it's like a bomb site when she come back because dogs had all sorts of stuff out.
Oh, nightmare.
He hates the rain.
Yeah, Buster doesn't like the rain. I think that's a staffy thing. I've never met a staffy that likes the rain.
She'll take him out for a walk in rain. He'll detest it, come back and, have a dump or something at the bottom of the stairs. You know what I mean?
See, Rocky, he was funny. If it was raining, he'd like look out, look at me, look up the stairs, and he'd be like, if he was busting, he'd run out and run back in. But if he wasn't busting, he'd just go back up the stairs.
Funny creepy, aren't they? They are our doggos. He clings onto you and all. We're like
Andy's cold asses as well. But yeah, Bella would go out in any weather.
Yeah, Archie's not too bothered about weather. Get out of there, it's not yours.
Well, last time we had snow, I looked out the window and she's just laid in it. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, he's not too bothered. He mooches around. Right outside. Oh yeah, He was more active when he was younger, but I had him when he was 3, I think. Well, I had him and I had his sister as well. I didn't think anybody would have them, so I bought them. What papers and everything for him. But one of the first things I did when I got him is I had him done.
Yeah.
Because he kept scent marking me literally. Honestly, I could be Peggy washing out and he'd actually lift his leg up straight into my shoe, mate. Oh.
I think I'm going to have to get Buster done before she next comes on because I can't go with that again. Morning, Mr. Beautiful Blues.
After that. Morning, Mr. Beautiful Blues. Hope you're well.
Did I ever show you a picture of me leg what Buster done?
No.
It was when Bella was on heat.
Yeah.
And Bella won't hear he'd turn his attention to me.
Bless him. Oh yeah. Oh, so he. Jesus H, that's bad. That is. Wow.
Horrendous.
I bet that hurt like hell and all.
It knacked. So yeah, can you see that, guys?
But he grabbed onto you, and you can imagine.
And obviously, the more I was trying to push him off, the more he'd cling on. Hence why I got left with Bella, and I said to Darren, "You take him. I can't go up with that." Because we both take turns, but obviously, because I'm in here, Bella's scent was everywhere, and he just couldn't cope with it.
Yeah, well, yeah. Thing is, my daughter's had her dog done, and he's a staffy. And if he has certain things, he gets a bit excited, and he tries to do it to her. So she pushes him off, so he goes and attacks the boyfriend. Tells him. So he ends up having it. But he still gets all excited even though he's been done. Anyway.
See, most of the time he's absolutely fine.
Bless him.
Just obviously when the smell was around, he just couldn't cope.
Well, no. You do get excited there, don't you?
But I'm hoping if we get him done before she's next on heat, it won't be that bad.
Yeah, I think it's easier to have a boy dog done than a girl. But I'm going to get her done because I don't know.
I'd like Bella to have a litter.
Yeah. See, I don't want to be dealing with all that. It's too much for me. With everything else I have to deal with mentally.
Yeah.
The physical side isn't so good. I get them to do that, but I'm more of the mental, And it's a lot of work. And then obviously, because she's so small and all, if she did have pups, they could have big complications, and that again can be a lot of money, can't it? To deal with that situation.
I know. See, that side of it kind of scares me a little bit, but I don't know. I know if she had puppies, Darren would get attached and I'd be able to keep one.
Trellis spray, good masking or Vic.
Nothing was working. Nothing at all. But I think because obviously the dogs roam everywhere, every room smelt of her, and he just couldn't cope with it. As I say, most of the time, he's never ever tried to hump me before or since. It was just while she was on heat. So I'm hoping if he gets done, when that happens, I won't get brutalised.
Yeah. Well, she's the one who does the humping, you see. He humps him. He's just not bothered because he's been done. I mean, I wish I hadn't of in some ways because he's such a lovely dog. And the way, when he's groomed properly and the way he just stands so nice. He's so placid. I mean, both of these I can take food away from. They don't go feed, you know what I mean? They're not food aggressive.
Like that.
It's a good thing, isn't it?
Should have told Buster you had a headache.
I don't think that'd have worked either.
I've never known how to like it. Like, because obviously we had Rocky before, but he'd already been done. So as much as he was a little bit interested, but Buster just went savage. Like,
Okay,
we're not savage, that sounds awful, but just constantly, I felt a bit sorry for him.
yeah, it must have been doing his head in, knowing full well, like, there's a bitch there and I want her.
So, yeah. But then I think it did Darren and Buster well to spend that time together alone.
Yeah.
It gave him a stronger bond in that.
Oh, it used to crack me up. It did. Hey, Mama Milo, have you seen Ralphie Lad's video? Fart video? You'll have to pop over and have a look. It's actually uploaded it. Anyway, I did night last night. It was funny. Stop nibbling. She has a habit of licking you, and then she'll start nibbling you, doesn't it?
Buster does that.
Yeah.
Kind of muzzles you.
Yeah, it's like a little nip, in it? It's not like Yorkshire or anything. She has a habit of really licking you, and she grabs hold of you with her claws, her paws.
Apparently that's a sign of affection, though, with a minute, like nibbling and nuzzling.
Yeah. It's usually what happens first thing in the morning when she's done a thing.
When you grab me right neck.
No, that's because you pissed me off. Grab your right neck.
Link in Ralphie Lad if you want. So people can go and sub to you and that. And watch your videos.
It's funny. We're a good night to Mum and Mum. Wonder how her head is this morning. They've shed a few bevies.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Unfortunately, I don't need alcoholic beverages. I'm as stupid as a cup. And I'm even worse when I've had a drink.
I popped in to say hello and everything, and then I was knackered, so I just put some crap on the telly and went to bed. Rab C. Nesbitt, can you remember that?
Yeah, oh my God, yeah. Definitely. You're where I did, bless you.
You need a Mackie D's breakfast or a fry up, Mum.
Yeah. What's that?
The pipes upstairs, I think he's in the shower. That's what I said before. They're
It sounds like you're going to hell or somewhere.
I've got to an air raid siren.
Yeah, it's bomb you.
God knows what's going on.
So that was right bad. Yeah, Rob's, the bit were great.
Yeah, I used to watch that when I was a kid, Rab.
Is he still alive?
I don't know whether he's still alive.
But it's all on YouTube, according to Mr. Beautiful Blues.
Is it?
Mary Doll won it, his wife.
Yeah. And I used to like Bread. Do you remember Bread?
Yeah.
That used to be funny,
Waltons and Little House on the Prairie, I used to have to watch them every Sunday.
Yeah.
But my brother used to hate it because he was called John.
Yeah. And on the buses. That was funny,
Dad's Army. They just don't make them like they used to do. They're the Faulty Towers.
I was never keen on Faulty Towers. He was too dry for me. I could never get into it.
I was at work the other day and we were on about all these old series, and like a couple of they're quite young, didn't have a clue what we were on about, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm old.
Oh yeah, Porridge.
Night Ride.
Yeah, that's good. Prisoner Cell Block H.
Yeah. Only Fools and Horses. It's a classic one. That Chris could tell you probably a lot of words out of that.
I've watched it that many times.
It's watched it that many times. It's got the full box set and Porridge. But no, I'm not keen on faulty towers, I must admit. They were hello. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Some mothers do have them.
Yeah, some mothers do have them. That reminded me of my daughter's first boyfriend. Oh, he was such an idiot.
I even told it.
Honestly. God.
Spencer.
Yeah. Well, they went to moat grass and then strim right edge. So I made sure strimmer wire were all right. And you know when you put your strimmer wire on, always pull the cap to make sure it don't fly off. So off they sets. And then I could hear her going, ow, ow. So she says, you haven't put cap on, right? I says, I have. She says, well, wire's coming out. Bearing in mind, he's still strimming. It must have been 6 foot long and he's strimming her. I said, turn it off. Then he tips it upside down and puts his foot on end. And he's still spinning round. I'm like, fucking hell, honestly, you can't rise it. So I says, get off it, man. Get off it. So he's cut all his hands with his strimmer wire. She's got her belly cut because that's how far away he were to her.
Oh, heck.
Honestly, it weren't that bad. It was like a scratch type of thing. So I ended up having to do it again.
I can remember being up at Moore's one night. We went up there to do some radio. I need a wee. I need a wee. I says, oh, I'll go up a lane then and I'll let you out. Anyway, he was gone for ages. And he walked down this lane, like, got his thing out to do his do, and fell in the ditch.
And peed all over his son. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
Honestly.
Mr. Beautiful Blue's nickname at school was Frank Spencer, and it was started by his brother.
He's a proper dickhead. No, honestly. I don't. He's done some capers, like we tell. Oh, yeah, that were it. He did some painting. So he started painting wall, which were all right. But then he started painting ceiling in the same fucking colour.
Magnolia.
No, he did it down when they did flat.
Yeah.
It were brown. He were painting roof brown as well as walls.
Oh, bless.
Oh, honestly. Gee whiz. And you couldn't teach him now. He was such hard work. You were. Honestly.
Oh, Betty still haunts him.
Classic. Sod off, Ralphie. You're never going to live that down, Mr. Beautiful Blues, now.
I've just got the urge to say it in a Frank Spencer voice, but I can't do it.
Ooh, Betty.
Oh, dear. He does rainbow characters and all. Hey, do you remember Kenny Everett? You might not be.
Yeah, I think I do.
I used to actually do that at one time. Do you know when he used to do leg thing?
Yeah.
I'm doing it now. Legs don't move like they used to.
That was zippy. Oh, great.
Oh, dear. I worked at Dockyard and I got paint from stores, painted his girlfriend's kitchen. He was high as fuck. Hey, I'll tell you, see, battleship paint. Hey, can you imagine, right? I bet she never painted that after that, because I bet that were a bastard to either paint of her or even get it off. Can you imagine? Oh, did she ever get it off, Ralphie, or was that, that were a no-go once she'd painted that? Oh, dear.
It stung.
There it is. Don't make paint like they used to either, do they?
It's a nightmare painting where Darren is. He's all right with the emulsion, but he can't be in the house if you're glossing or if you're using like surgical spirits. It gets on his chest.
All right, it affects his asthma.
Mm.
There's certain things I have to get out of the way on.
Nail varnish. I can't paint my nails if he's in the house either.
You're not that bad. I'm not that bad, actually. It's more the COPD when it's cold buggers me up.
Things like that affect him. I didn't realise things like that could affect asthma.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing. Ralph Les threw me out. For fuck's sake, ungrateful. Can you imagine? Well, it could have been worse. She could have painted the whole house in it, or flat, or whatever she got. All same colour. Hey, we're at Battleship Grey and all. Or the green. It's quite a dark colour and all. Can you imagine?
It'll be very dark.
Should have to have lights on permanently. It was. Gee whiz, I bet she never got that paint off ever. Can you imagine?
You'd have to paper over it, wouldn't you?
Would it stick though?
Oh, I don't know.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm trying to change my socks.
Come here.
Oh, the dog keeps nicking my socks.
Bella does that. I'm just going to go and flick the kettle on quickly.
Oh yeah, Darren's not here to make a brew. How rude. You're watching, Darren. Mrs. Tubbs is missing a brews.
You've got to come back and make a drink.
She'd like a coffee. Anybody got any plans for today? We'll have to get a phone today for my son's birthday. He wants a new phone. So he can do 4K filming on it for part of his course. Papish probably needs a flamethrower to get it off. Yeah, exactly. I think it would have actually sold my heart out if somebody did that to my kitchen. Well, I thought that were there, weren't it? Do you know what I mean? No plans for today for Andy. Well, it must be a day of rest for you, Andy. Anyway, dog's going to be a bit upset today because sometimes when I go out, I take her with me. But this time I can't, so she'll have to stay in the cage. It's not his birthday today. It's not till next week, Thursday, I think it is, 10th. I'll have to get taking down Youngman's bunk bed. Oh, you're doing a bit of moving and shifting stuff around. But thank you anyway, Mum. Frank, come on, I see the funny side after all. It does stuff. She still doesn't speak to me. How rude.
Oh, happy birthday to your daughter, Mum.
I hope she has a lovely day.
Does that mean you're having birthday cake for tea?
Oh, no. You might want one, I don't know. She likes chocolate cake, and I'm not keen on chocolate cake, to be fair. I don't mind chocolate, but it's too rich, it's too sickly. I'm not really a cake fan. Don't mind a bit of Black Forest Gatto, that's all right.
Yeah, that's Darren's favourite Black Forest Gatto. We've got to get one for Christmas.
Does he have custard on that and all?
No, not on that one.
Does he not?
No. Because it has all that cream and that round it, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, but they'll expect him wanting custard. You know, Chris is a custard fan and all. If he could just have custard, he'd be all right. He likes the proper thick. You know, when you make it properly with like cream and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know, the vanilla slice thick custard, he likes it like that. I've made them before.
Now I'm going to have to start baking on that again, I think. Save a fortune, the way he goes through cakes and goodies.
Well, this is it, isn't it?
We'll have to do a baking live, eh?
Now I need some recipes I haven't baked for years. I used to do a nice banoffee pie.
Oh no, can't cope with that. I like bananas, but I can't be doing with. I mean, I've made like banana cake and all sorts, but I can't eat it because it's all munched up. I don't know. Bit weird like that.
You see, it's very sickly, my banoffee pie. It was like, you know, the cheesecake base with a biscuit. It was like that. Then it was a layer of bananas. Then it was a layer of toffee, then whipped cream, and then sprinkled flake over the top. Oh, it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Very, very sickly and very calorific. But the kids loved it.
You can imagine. Yes.
I don't like tasty calories, but I have to eat them.
I don't like tasty calories. You have to eat them.
Yeah, you couldn't eat like loads of that because it was like really, really sickly. But it was nice.
Yeah. My son likes that chocolate brownies.
Mm.
Oh, that was chocolate brownies with that Coca-Cola milk.
I've heard of that one before.
Like
I have cooked a thingy in Dr. Pepper, believe it or not. The gammon ham. You know, the big. I used to do one of those Christmas, and I did it in Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, I've heard of that. It's supposed to be really nice, isn't it?
It were nice. I mean, obviously, because the Dr. Pepper's got like black bits in it, you get that on the ham. But it's all right. It were nice. It melted in your mouth.
And Coke as well. A lot of people cook it in Coke.
Yeah, I've heard of that. I've never tried the Coke. I was going to. I forgot to get the Coke, so I ended up doing it in Dr. Pepper, which some were a bit peed off about because I stole all Dr. Pepper. And it's his favourite. In fact, when they all come for Christmas, he hid it all out at way so nobody else could have any. You know what I mean? He left everything else that he didn't like. Moved it all out at way.
I've got a nice joint of beef out for dinner tomorrow.
We've got pork.
Yeah. I know he likes a joint of beef out, and it was the easiest one to find.
The only thing to eat is pork.
Still got some lamb and pork in the freezer. I think I might have chicken as well. But he unpacked it all, so I don't know.
There's beef, there's pork, a banging. Wow, you've got to have some crispy crackling. And some stuffing and applesauce. And I made Yorkshire puddings last time and they were shit. They were very disappointing. My niece works at better. She used to boil her ham in Coke. Alright. Is that like a sandwich shop?
Well expensive in Betty's. Well expensive. Dead posh it is. Never actually been in, but I've looked through the windows.
Look through windows.
I was going to get me mum, because they do afternoon teas, I was going to get me mum a voucher for an afternoon tea and that and take her to Betty's, but she said she didn't like it. So I thought, there goes that idea.
Yeah. The sunflower soup posters, you know. Yeah, the visit Woodlow. You've got to try the roast pork roll and the crackling guards of this world. Where is Woodlow? Is that Staffordshire?
Shropshire, I think.
Right.
See, up here we get hog roasts. They're beautiful.
Yeah. No, like how gross. Yeah, they are.
Thinking about getting one of them for the wedding because I don't like all that fancy food. But I found this place that you can get parmos on the menu, and this caterer. It was parmos, chicken curry, beef in gravy, or something else. And I thought, yeah, I'll have that menu. That sounds more like me.
Well, the public's like different, those things. Yeah, normally have 2 or 3 selection, don't we?
Yeah,
Some like pork,
like carveries and stuff. Yeah,
beef, and
You cut your own off, don't you?
no, they cut it for you because you're not allowed to use knives and that. Then you just give how many slices or whatever, and whatever you want. You get your own vegetables and the patties and gravy and all that malarkey. We didn't have we only had a night do when we got married because we didn't get married till in the afternoon.
Well, that's what I was going to do to save money. We booked it for 4:00, the wedding, and then I thought, like, I'll only have to feed people once then.
Well, thing is, right, I only invited people who wanted to be there because I didn't believe in inviting people I've never seen in my life or
Yeah,
seen them forever and just paying for them to come and eat your snap. Do you know what I mean?
yeah. So, and what we had booked anyway was obviously the church wedding at 4. Going to do all that, and then down the road there's this cricket club that had a function room and decorated it all for you and that.
Yeah.
And they hired the caterer. All I had to do was choose the menu and pay and everything else. And the DJ, they had their own DJ as well. So I thought, cool, that'll do me.
Well, I booked a DJ, but he cancelled on me at last minute, so I had to get another one.
So,
But yeah, we had a disco and little buffet with sandwiches and whatever. We made a cake first.
my mum was going to make the cake when I eventually get married. So I'll be saving loads of money there. That's going to be a wedding present. And I was just going to do a buffet, but then I seen that with parmos and that, and you get a selection of cream cakes and blah, 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 blah as well, what people can just pick up. So I thought, bonus.
Nice.
And it worked out like the same price as what the buffet would as well. So I thought, oh, well,
yeah,
that'll do.
It can be an expensive business.
You see that thing on there? There were a thing on YouTube, cheap, we'll call cheap weddings. Everybody who were invited to the wedding had to pay towards wedding. And they also had to pay for their own food after.
That's cheap, that, isn't it?
Yeah. My auntie did that. If you wanted to go to sit down meal or whatever, they had to pay for their own meal.
See, I wasn't.
Isn't it?
What I said to people though is because there's a bar there they can drink if they want, but I'm not buying any alcohol for anyone. Obviously, I'll pay for the food, the disco, everything, but if they wanted to drink, they had to buy their own, and that's only because I'm in recovery and I don't fancy spending hundreds of pounds watching everybody get pissed.
We don't drink anyway, so.
Yeah, Darren don't drink, so if people do want to drink, then that's fair enough. They just have to buy it themselves. Simple.
Yeah, Mandy gets an hangover from Coca-Cola.
That's all I drink all.
And I think because I am in recovery, everybody respected that, so nobody had an issue with that. And there's going to be a lot of people driving as well, so they won't be drinking.
No, I don't like drink driving. It's bad. Seen too many bad accidents.
Yeah. But yeah, but I think a lot of people have a bar what they just have to buy themselves and that now, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, there's a bloke up road, he's made his own bar. And they have parties and all sorts where they come out and you know, they buy their own stuff, and he just served it behind bar.
Hmm.
But no, it's not for me. That at the end of the day, you don't remember it next day anyway.
Exactly. I've got no qualms on people drinking if that's what they choose to do, but I refuse to pay for it.
Oh no, I mean, you know, I used to drink, you know, when I was younger, but it just got too embarrassing.
Yeah, I used to drink far too much, but like everybody that's coming to the wedding, like knows that I'm in recovery anyway, so they're fine.
Yeah, 18 was the last time I went out. 18th birthday, went to a nightclub called Xanadu's, and I must have been that bladdered. I didn't know what happened after. Absolutely no idea. All I can remember is waking up in somebody's garden the following morning, and it was 10 o'clock in the morning on the main road in somebody's garden, stripped naked.
At work.
And woman had come out. The woman in the house had left me there because she must have realised what had gone off and just chucked a towel over me. So,
She knows we're going out, you see, so she sat at door. She don't want to miss a thing. She wants to come. That's what she does, though. She sits at the door. So you're not going without me, Mum?
I know, it's crazy when you think back. Friggin' scary how damaging alcohol is as well.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
I remember downing loads of vodka one night and I got rushed to hospital with respiratory failure.
Oh, gosh.
And then I still discharged myself from hospital. It was like ice everywhere. I was walking like Bambi. I had to walk 2 miles and I started drinking again. It was awful being in that kind of. I didn't even get respiratory failure for downing vodka too quick. Didn't even have a clue.
I haven't actually ended up in hospital.
And that strong white cider is vile. I can't even smell that these days without wanting to be sick. I think at my worst, because
you do though, do you? Time. And then
that was cheerful.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to carry on.
No, I don't know. But yeah.
Towards the end, I was drinking 9 litres of that strong white cider a day.
Turn the corner,
Just
doing right. Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it? You don't think of it at the time, though, do you?
No, that was just normal.
Yeah. I mean, when I did drink, I never knew when to stop. That was my problem.
Yeah.
Till I passed out.
And it got it used to be quite scary, you know, waking up and not remembering because I used to get blackouts all the time.
Yep.
Then
and it's scary not knowing what happened, where you were.
Where you were, what has happened. Like anything could have happened to me. Do you know what I mean?
You don't know, do you?
But then I just used to drink again and think, fuck it.
Well, it's a blackout and it's a blotter. Escapism, I think the word is, you know, escaping from reality or, you know, whatever's going on in your life at that time.
Morning, local experiment. Apparently, I used to be a bit of a comedian. You know, and just be really daft to make everyone laugh and that.
Yeah.
I wish I remember how.
It's quite easy, isn't it?
Or like the morning after when everybody's telling you what you've done and you're like cringing inside. It's awful. Awful.
Yep. I don't bother anymore. Tea is the Tea is my thing these days. First thing in the morning, it's tea.
Coffee's my vice now.
Yeah, tea's mine. I've even bought decaf, but I can't seem to get it strong enough. I've even put like 4 tea bags in, and I still can't get it strong. Yeah, I might have to go back to normal.
Proper builder's brew.
Yeah, I can't be doing with that piss, I'm afraid.
Got to be Yorkshire tea in this house.
I don't like Yorkshire tea. I've had it. I'm on Tetley's, and I've gone off PG and all. Gone off PG.
Yeah, I always choose coffee, but if it's tea, it has to be Yorkshire tea.
Mum and Milo's done with drinking. Can't fault you, duck. Sorry to that moment when you're having a bit of fun in it. Do you know what I mean? But the morning after, you feel like shit. You look like shit. And you look at the sun in the mirror. You think, why on earth did I do that?
Yeah, I don't miss it, to be fair.
Well, the thing is, you miss out on things like Ralphie says, you know what I mean? Don't know.
You know, if I think of all the different places I've been and all the things I've seen in my recovery, if I was still drinking, that wouldn't have happened.
No, so that's good.
I didn't go on holiday, it'd have been ruined and I wouldn't remember any of it because I'd have been pissed 24/7.
Yeah. It's good that you're
Not drunk for 12 years now, but some still remind me of my drunken antics. I have a son that does that to me every now and again. It drives me insane. And because now he's older and he understands more, he thinks some of the things are quite funny. And he's like, Mum, can you remember when? And I'm like, oh, God, what's it going to be this time?
yeah.
He does fine. He's not saying it to like be malicious about you, just taking the piss.
Bless him.
Yeah, I think now he's older, he sees things completely. Don't get me wrong, he's always been supportive. Both of them have, but you know, now he's older, he's like starting to realise just what I went through at such a young age. Because I think when he was little, they don't quite realise because you're the mum, and they don't realise that you are so young.
Okay.
He's 22 now, and he's like,
saying it. I'm sorry to hear that.
Sorry,
local about your mum. I was just saying sorry to hear about locals.
oh, sorry, oh, that's really sad. But we're here for you. You need anything.
4 women in my life in 2 months to COVID. It was a real struggle. I'm sorry to hear.
That's horrible.
That's so sad.
Cheers. Bless you. Well, sending lots of love to you and some positive vibes. You need to carry on. I'm sure they'll be looking down on you.
But grief is so hard, isn't it? So hard.
Very much so, yeah. Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah. What was it? Mason's like 22 now, when he's like, bloody, it's hard to imagine at my age you had 2 kids.
Well, yeah, I was the same. I had 2 kids at 22. I had one at 21 and one at 22. 10 and a half months between my 2 girls.
I had Mason when I was 3 weeks before my 17th birthday, and Bailey when I was 21. Mad. Still a kid myself.
Well, yeah, is it, innit? My mum and grandma were admitted to hospital a week apart, both passed the same night to COVID. Oh, bless you.
That's so hard.
It is, especially because obviously I'm sure because of COVID, I bet they won't be able to see him. 2 weeks later, my best mate's mum passed away. Oh. In 2 weeks, take my boss back.
Is there anything we can do, local experimentalist, you know where we are, even if it's just somebody to chat to.
Talking.
Can't do much, but we can listen.
That's it. It's so sad, isn't it? It is very much so.
Yeah, have you got support and that round you? I hope you're not like on your own. And maybe bereavement counselling. Think about bereavement counselling or something.
Somebody,
because your gran and your mum especially are two really significant losses. Oh yeah, so very similar to me, Rosie. I haven't had a third though. I've just got dogs instead. Morning, Michael.
Yeah, morning, Michael. Anyway, my lovely, I'm gonna have to disappear because we need to get going.
Okie doke. Well, enjoy your day. I'll probably come off here myself.
Okie doke, my lovely. Well, many thanks for this morning. It's been lovely and done fantastically well. Stop down for
Thank
yourself.
you. Thank you.
Have a lovely day, everybody.
And
take
you.
care. Lots of love, everybody.
Lots of love.
See you later. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Hello. Morning, Stan. Right, guys. Sorry about that. I am gonna have to jump out of here. I've got something that I need to go and do. But yeah, if any of you need any support, there is the Addiction Live email on my About page, and I hope you all have a lovely, lovely day. And sorry to end it like this because I know people are supporting each other. Thanks, Winsome. But I do have to shoot off. I'm really, really sorry. But we will be back at 8. Right. But if anybody does any need that one-to-one support, there is the Discord and the Addiction Live email. Please look after yourselves and be nice to yourselves. And I'll catch you at 8. All right, take care, everyone. Bye.